How can you make videos that go viral? Well, I'm going to share with you 5 tips to making videos that go viral. What one of the biggest content creators around the world had to say about viral videos. This is coming from the viral video guru, Brandon Baum. I attended one of his sessions at the 1 Billion Summit in Dubai recently. But seriously speaking, he is the viral video guru. He's made multiple videos that go viral, and he has the tips and the formula. He shared his formula of how to implement these 5 tips to make it happen. So are you ready? First up is the first frame. Basically, his first tip is about the first frame will make or break a video. That's basically what's gonna make people walk through the door or not, what's gonna make them keep watching. There's so much power and so much importance in terms of getting the first frame right that will then make or break your video. So make sure that your first frame is super captivating, something that either looks super unusual or really aesthetically you're drawn to make the first frame count. Tip number 2 is building an MVP. MVP is the minimum viable product. Before I get into explaining what that means, he actually also recommends a book called The Lean Startup. I haven't read it yet, but it's definitely on my list. He says it kind of explains the MVP. He basically says, start by creating content with the first frame in mind. Make a video that has the first frame in mind that you really think is gonna nail it. Do that and create a piece of content and see how it performs. If it performs well, then go back and continue with that story, or go bigger with the same idea, but just go much bigger. It's kind of like testing a video on how it would perform. And if that worked, then go back and do that again on a bigger scale. That would give you a higher chance of a video going viral. Another thing that's really important, pay attention to the comment section. He talks about that a lot. Like, listen to what the people are saying and build on that. Sometimes the comments will give you ideas of what your next video should be. So for example, he spoke about, he had created a video with like some really cool animations and stuff, and it was like with one of the superhero characters, like Spider-Man, I think it was. In the comment section, they were like, oh, I wonder what it would be like if you had all the 6 superheroes or whatever come together in this video. So he basically took that comment and brought it to life. So he already saw the opportunity and interest in that. So that's already giving you indications, and like that's already telling you what the public is interested in, so you're just building on that. Tip number 3 is dual engagement. It makes me happy when I learn new things, but it makes me equally sad because it means more work probably as a content creator. Think about it. How do we consume content today? When you're watching TV, are you just watching TV, or are you also scrolling through your social media? So really you're consuming 2 pieces of content at the same time. So he showed us like a cool visual of a screen where like it's split into 2, and it has like playing like Candy Crush while watching a show. Now you may not actually create content, a video that has the screen split into 2 with those 2 pieces of content, but taking that in mind, and how can you bring that when you're creating content? So then he gave the actual example of cooking something, like making a cooking video while also sharing a story that's unrelated to cooking. I've seen videos of people like a makeup tutorial, but while doing their makeup, they're telling you a story about empowerment or self-love. I think the vegan Korean, she does it excellent, where she does a lot of recipes, video recipes, and she shares personal stories about what she has experienced, about maybe some of the struggles or challenges. So you're giving people more than one thing and more than one reason to watch your video. Tip number 4 is about nailing audience retention. How can you get people to continue watching that video, but also continue to retain them on your platform to watch more video? Because that's really gonna be kind to your algorithm. It's not about like overhyping the audience. It's about how can you keep the suspense going, like wanting to know what happens next. And he also says, like, obviously make sure that you deliver on that suspense, right? And finally, tip number 5 is, drumroll, doing what you love. If you're creating content that you love and you enjoy and you're having fun with, then obviously that's gonna translate in the video, and it's gonna make content go viral, intentional content go viral. So just make sure that you're creating content that you love. And how do you know that you love the content? You may not know what kind of content you want to create when you first start, and maybe you like it but don't love it. But for you to be able to create content that you love, you need to start somewhere. So unless you're one of the few maybe that know exactly what kind of content they make and what they love, just getting started on the right path is what's going to be useful. Start with something that you think you could create content around. And then as you create content, you're going to start to know yourself more and what you like and what you enjoy and what kind of content you're willing to continue to produce over the long term, and that can evolve with time. It doesn't need to stay stagnant in one place till you kind of land in a place where you are creating content that you love. Recap the 5 tips of how to make videos that go viral. The first one is first frame. Make sure that the first frame is amazing. The second point is building your MVP, so making sure that you are keeping the first frame in mind. You're building kind of ideas, testing them with, on a smaller scale. If it does really well, then going back and building on that story or building that same kind of format again, and listening to the comments and feeding that into the next video, which is going to be on a bigger scale. So that will help videos that will go bigger. The third tip was the dual engagement, making sure, like trying to do 2 things at one time, keeping the audience engaged with more than one thing, storytelling and something else that's visual, for example. Number 4 is nailing audience retention. And the 5th thing is to make sure that you're doing what you love, like creating content that you love. And don't forget, if you found this video useful, I've actually posted 2 previous videos. So there was one video that I posted about 3 key takeaways from the 1 Billion Summit about how to grow as a content creator. And the second video was about how to make money as a content creator. And then this video. So I hope you watch my other videos and subscribe. I also post healthy plant-based video recipes. I also post self-help and self-development content. And I also post guided meditation recordings and a whole lot of miscellaneous, like random content like this video. So please make sure to subscribe for more of the stuff. Support a sister out. And finally, I want to say thank you to Brandon for sharing his 5 tips to making videos go viral. I'm Miral and you're watching From the Ground. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.